guys, my name is Min. I head up the supply chain department and lean manufacturing project in Vawdrey, Australia. Today, I want to introduce the story of challenge and success in Smart Support Group 2, and we call it SSG2 for short. There are 5 leaders in SSG2. They are Graham from Brakes and Suspension section, iCAT from Warehouse and Store section, Spencer from Purchasing Department, Steve from Material Handling team, and Brad from Plasma, Manual, Combing, and Roof sections. Their work areas were chaotic and they often complained and blamed each other for many problems. They used to say, "I don't care," while dumping their problems onto other sections. They also wasted a lot of time doing non-essential tasks because they did not follow the rules of 5S nor observe 8 enemies. 5S represents sort, shine, signpost, standardize, and sustain. 8 enemies are overproduction, excess inventory, unnecessary transport, unnecessary movement, waiting, rework, unwise design and engineering, and unused employee ideas. In August 2009, Vawdrey management decided to start Vawdrey School. It is a 6-month training and mentoring program that centers around the 5S, 8 enemies, and 10 leadership principles. This time of Vawdrey School has been very fruitful for SSG2 because their attitudes improved quickly. They were willing to learn and apply what they learned while accepting advice and correction from their mentor. They did not waste time arguing with their mentor on whether they should come to training and study. Instead, they memorized 5S, 8 enemies, and 10 leadership principles very well, even though some had difficulty remembering. What is 5S?
Oh shit. Sort, shine, signpost, standardise, and sustain.
What is sort?
To remove extra material and equipment in that area.
Shine?
Keep the work area clean and tidy at all times.
Signpost?
All materials, tools and equipment have a designated location.
Standardize?
First 3 steps are maintained as a standard.
Sustain?
Maintain the momentum of step 4 to assure the sustainability of the system.
What is the 8 enemies?
Overproduction, excess inventory, unnecessary transport, unnecessary movement, waiting, rework, unwise design and engineering, unused employee ideas.
What is 10 leadership principle?
Nip it in the bud, you reap what you sow, back to the future, finish it well, positive influence, visualise the problems and solve them one by one, 3W, why, am I building an easy system for others to learn and improve, who else can do my job in a better way and pay the price.
You could say their attitude was just like soft clay, which was easy to mold for the best outcome. They were good at listening to other people's idea and worked together to make things happen under any circumstances. They also learned about iCAT, which stands for improving the company as a team, and practiced effective teamwork to help each other follow the rules of 5S, 8 enemies, and 10 leadership principles in their workplaces. For example, rollback kits. In the past, many people on the line wasted a lot of time walking around looking for many different parts. But SSG2 started a discussion about a solution for the build shop and other sections. They made a plan to make a special trolley and cart for communicating and delivering what people wanted in the build shop. After they made it happen, they also kept following up to improve the system by listening to the feedback from the build shop, other sections, and mentor. People on the line really appreciate the SSG2 and what they have done for them.
Having the rollback kits on the line have stopped 2 main things that I keep on getting bothered every day. such as the boys asking for those parts or looking around for those parts, which wastes a lot of time, of my time and their time, which creates production to become slower. So I thank the SSG2 for providing these rollback kit parts on the line.
Some SSG2 members in particular showed outstanding results in improving the company as a team, iCAT, while learning and sharing their ideas and following through consistently to make the ideas happen. They won the incentive dinner for their efforts.
那天晚上我们共进晚餐，晚餐非常丰盛，我和我太太都非常高兴。我们度过了一个很愉快的晚上，非常感谢米可请我们吃饭。
Thank you to Mick for this opportunity for sending me, my husband, and our younger daughter to come out for expensive lunch. And it's a beautiful lunch. We had lobster, seafood, and thank you again, Mick.
On 16th of December 2010, the SSG2 graduated from Vawdrey School with either yellow, blue, or black belt. Vawdrey management was so supportive to the training programs and Mick made the decision to provide certificate to them.
The meeting in here and there, I got caught and I had to go into and meet the people from Newcastle. We've got some agents, they're going to be our agents in Newcastle. And I said, well, what did you think about the factory? Because they've just been on a factory tour. And they said, the way the factory is clean. And I said, well, it's not really clean. They said, yes, it is. They said, it's got steel and that laying around, but they said everything's in an organised manner. And they were very impressed. And that was just the first thing he said then.
As a material handler, I find things a lot easier to get there, a lot easier to get in and get out as well. With the wall and also inside door 17 and door 21, before it used to be full of rubbish, but now it's in and out. If you want something, you just go pick it up, it's there, pick it up and go. In the past, you take everything out, then you actually reach to the back that you want, then you take it to the line, you come back, you put everything back in. Even from Reese area all the way to Frank's area, I used to pull the things out every day, but now I don't do that anymore. Really, really better.
When I came to this office 30 months ago, it was full of rubbish, so I cleaned up the room with Derek without complaining. We started to investigate the root cause of the problem and plan and visualize the solutions. Now, purchasing, inventory control, and store teams are working together to improve the company as a team of supply chain departments. We have implemented Vawdrey production system, Vawdrey school, visual factory program, JIT control, and visual supply chain board while recycling rubbish and scrap. These systems are world-class and very easy for everyone to understand, follow, and improve.
And to see some of the photos of what was taken 3 months ago, simply 3 months ago, it's 12 weeks, and to see what it is now, I mean, the area looks a lot more neater, cleaner, more organised. That big area, that big thing of stopping people coming into the store, that was a fairly big task to stop people coming in and out of the store and just taking parts of what they wanted and just help yourself because no one could find anything and all that. So now having a store that has systems or more systems put in place and is neat and tidy and is organised, looks more professional, and people are going to treat it like that. And that's probably another reason why people walk to the counter. I guess they treat the people in the store with more respect. Store supervisor, iCAT, he's surprised me. He has, and he's done a good job. To have feedback coming back from the store is something that it's been non-existent. So now, when we get feedback from the store on parts or suppliers that haven't supplied parts that are due in, it gives us the opportunity to monitor the supplier. There's always going to be critics and there's always going to be skeptics in every place that you work and stuff, and I think that he's dealt with that really well. I have no doubt that people have had cracks at him and had shots at him, and I know they have. But you know, he keeps a smile on his face and he comes back here every day and he gives it, you know, what I can see is giving it his best shot. You know, that's all you can ask for. And you know, when we start getting results and we are making constant improvements, that's all that matters.
There are people who give up too easily on making improvements to their work area because they think it's too hard for them to follow and maintain the changes. But Brad was different. He thought, this is easy. It can be made better, it can be implemented, and it can be maintained. So, with the help of his mentors, he set to work and put into place all the changes necessary to help his team to operate easier and more efficiently. By using positive thoughts, a very good outcome was possible. It is so easy to fall into negative thoughts about change, but hard to maintain a positive attitude when faced with negatives. So, it's to Brad's credit that he followed the positive road and achieved his great success in changing his work areas from a disorganised and messy workplace into a well-organised and more efficient one. Well done, Brad. Keep it up.
During the past 8 months, we have eliminated roughly $1 million waste from our processes and saved a grand total of $3 million in the last 30 months since August 2008. Great job, guys! That's awesome! I thank Mick, Terry, Alasta, John, Damian, Rob, Derek, Junior, and SSG2 for the great changes and improvements. Leadership principle number 2 in Vawdrey is you reap what you sow. This means if you sow a tomato seed, you will reap tomatoes. You can't expect to reap apples or oranges. In the same way, if you sow seeds of continual improvement, respect, and willingness towards change, you will reap its fruits. On the other hand, if you sow seeds of complaint, disrespect, and resistance towards change, you will reap these fruits too. What kind of fruit do you want to reap in your life? Good or bad? Guys, I believe if we keep sowing seeds of great attitude and teamwork, we are going to reap a great harvest of eliminating another $3 million waste and more next year. Merry Christmas and Happy New Year.
Thanks very much for looking at this video and listening, and I'd like you all to put your best foot forward and absolutely give it your best shot, and we'll go for it together. Thanks, guys.